Guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. Hope you guys are staying safe. Hope everything's good in the hood. I hope everything's good. So guys, I wanted to do a video about Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez. It's a great fight and a great fight. On the weekend, we've got an undisputed 140-pound championship fight. All the belts, all the marbles on the line, and it's a massive fight. Firstly, I want to address an issue before I go into the fight, and the fact that Josh Taylor's saying he's going to knock Jose Ramirez out. I personally think that, and not just me, but many people think this fight hasn't got the attention it deserves. It's a great fight. This is going to be a barnstormer of a fight, no doubt about it. And this is, for me, the two best 140-pounders out there. I think it's going to be an unbelievable fight. But unfortunately, the media and the coverage, and nobody really knows that the fight's happening. It's not even getting much coverage. I see a lot of many YouTubers like myself. They're not even making many videos about it. It hasn't got that big fight feeling. And a lot of people are upset here in the UK why Sky and BT have not picked it up and a major UK broadcaster hasn't picked it up. I want to explain why, that is, or give my take on it. Guys, you know what? No broadcaster would let go of a fight that's a big fight. Right? Josh Taylor's fought Regis Prograis on pay-per-view in the UK when they fought in London. Sky saw the pay-per-view numbers, right, for that particular fight. And I'm pretty sure the numbers weren't that great. Because if they were, they're 100% Sky would have been looking to pick up that fight, or BT would have been looking to pick up that fight. There's a reason why Sky and BT have overlooked the fight. Now, a lot of fans are like, no, a Sky and BT should pick up the fight. Guys, this is a business. This is a business. People give Sky and BT a lot. It's a business. Who's going to wake up 4 in the morning? And let's not forget, the casual fans are a huge majority of people that buy pay-per-views, right? There's a huge casual audience that buy pay-per-views for the big fights. Nowadays, they put like Parker Chisora. Heavyweights have a big following anyway, and there's more interest in heavyweight boxing. But you see, for the smaller guys, they don't really get that kind of attention. Remember when Chisora started kicking off at that press conference because he thought these small guys are coming to my town and I'm going to sell it out. He felt him and Parker were selling it out, but he wasn't fighting on the main fight. And I agreed with him because really Parker and Chisora were bigger names than Taylor and Prograis. Irrespective whether it was number 1 or number 2. They were bigger names. And they deserve to be on the top bill. However, I understand the case where Taylor and Prograis was a better fight. It was a more meaningful fight in their division. And it was a unification fight for the Muhammad Ali trophy. And all of that was great. But in terms of profile, commercial value, that fight wasn't as big as Chisora Parker. There were more people probably tuning in, the casual audience tuning in to watch that fight, than there were watching Taylor and Prograis. And Parker and Chisora was on pay-per-view recently. And I guarantee you that fight did good, decent numbers. I'm not saying it would have done crazy numbers, but it would have done decent numbers. So when people criticize Sky and BT, do I think that the fight should be? Of course. I love boxing and I know how great this fight is. I know it's number 1 against number 2. It's for all the marbles. It's a legacy fight. It's a massive fight. These type of fights don't come around where all the belts are on the line. They come around not often. Especially when there's an opportunity for a British fighter to go and win all the belts. That doesn't happen. When was the last time a British fighter, won all the belts? The fact of the matter is that unfortunately, and as sad as it is, both guys don't have a huge profile. Although Josh Taylor's got a country behind him in Scotland, for some reason, he doesn't have a huge following that, where he's going to be doing huge numbers on pay-per-view. And like I said, that fight that he had with Prograis probably resulted in that. And that's why Sky didn't pick it up. Sky hasn't picked up this pay-per-view. Otherwise, they would pick it up. But the fact that it's 4 in the morning, who's going to be getting up, apart from hardcore fans like myself, getting up to watch that? You see, it's all about a business. So when everyone's shooting Sky and BT down, saying, oh, that fight, why haven't they picked it up? Yeah, as a boxing fan, it upsets me that, like, listen, it's not on Sky or BT or on one of the main broadcasters here in the UK, and it's on Fight TV, which again, I think the Brook and Crawford fight, which was a lot bigger fight, by the way. I know it's not as meaningful, but Crawford-Brook was a lot bigger profile-wise. Those names were a lot bigger here in the UK and over there in America. And unfortunately, neither Ramirez or Taylor has the profile. They don't have a huge profile, and that's probably why these broadcasters aren't picking it up. Like Jose Ramirez, I went on his Twitter and he had 14,000 Twitter followers, and I was like shocked. I was shocked that a guy that's a unified champion only has 14,000 followers. I would expect him to be have way more followers than that, because nowadays social media is a big tool, especially when you're promoting fights. Because you imagine you're posting on your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, right? People share it, people retweet it. And more followers you have, more people that are going to share it, then they're going to share it, then they're going to share it. And then before you know it, it's a dominoes effect. But unfortunately, both guys, when you look at their numbers on social media, then it's not huge. And I think as good as this fight is, it's not got the media, and not just the mainstream media is not probably giving it the coverage. And a lot of YouTubers that I see haven't really spoke much about it, even though we're in fight week. We're 1 or 2 days away from the fight, guys. And it hasn't got the coverage. And to be honest, it deserves that coverage because it's that good a fight. And actually, stylistically, this isn't going to disappoint. I can't see it disappointing. But for some of you that were, that I got messages on Instagram asking me, oh, why isn't this fight getting the coverage it deserves? That's the reason. That's the reason. Unfortunately, that's the reason. And as good as this fight is, and as meaningful as this fight is, both guys don't really have the profile for a lot of the major broadcasters here in the UK to think that it's worth their while, because they don't feel they're going to make any money out of it. And at the end of the day, the broadcaster's job is they buy fights. The reason why they bought Logan Paul and Mayweather, that's another thing that people were saying, oh, why did they buy Logan Paul and Mayweather, but they didn't get Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor? It's a disgrace. No, it's a business. Because Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul is going to do way more buys than Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor. Come on, guys. I think even you guys know that it's not even going to be close. That might do 800,000-900,000. That'll do crazy amount of buys, by the way. I don't know whether this would do 100,000. Maybe I'm being generous by saying 100,000. Maybe it might not do 70, 80. It'd struggle to. Maybe even less than that. So when you're a broadcaster looking in, you're thinking that, what are we gonna get benefit out of this? Yeah, it's a great fight. It's a big fight, yeah. But remember when Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko fought, which again I think was a bigger fight, right? They didn't take that fight. Wasn't that fight shown on Fight TV? So again, it's all about how big, how big their profiles are, how much they can move the needle. And unfortunately, neither guy, even though I know Josh Taylor's got a lot of Scottish fan base, unfortunately, it's not big enough in order to move the needle for them to put it on Sky or BT. Otherwise, they would. That's just the truth. If he was a big enough star, they would put it on. And that's just the truth. If he was, there's no way Sky and BT would overlook it, because they know they're going to make business out of it. Simple as. And it's sad because, like I said, both guys deserve a better promotion. They deserve more coverage. They deserve more media. They deserve more. Of course they do. It's a massive fight. It's a great fight. And yeah, I just wanted to give my 2 cents, because there was a lot of people questioning why major broadcasters haven't taken it. But that's just my take. In terms of the fight, I think it's a great fight. Now Josh Taylor is saying that he feels he's going to knock Jose Ramirez out. I think it's a great fight. Honestly, I think Josh Taylor, for me, probably needs to go and box. If he fights an aggressive fight, fights a toe-to-toe. See, Josh Taylor comes across somebody that he's got a mean streak about him. I actually think he should be a bit more disciplined in this fight. he seems like a fighter that can be easily drawn into a fight, especially if he gets caught with a few shots. I feel like the red mist will descend and he'll get drawn into having a fight. I do think in this fight that might work against him. In the Prograis fight, that might work for him. Prograis wasn't as tall as Ramirez. Ramirez, for me, is faster and probably heavier handed than Prograis. He's got quick hands. Ramirez has got very quick hands. His hands are fast. And he's got power behind those hands. And I feel like he's a little bigger than like height-wise. You know, Prograis is a thick, stocky set as well. He's a, you know, well-built guy for the weight. Although he's a shorter guy, he's well-built for the weight. But I think I think a lot of Taylor fans, or I've seen a lot of people's opinions online where they think this is an easy fight for Taylor and Taylor's on another level to Ramirez. To be honest, Taylor's fights have all been at world championship level, have been very close. The Prograis fight was close. The Victor Postal fight was close. Baranchyk, it was a good win. But again, Baranchyk, as we saw in his fight, I think it was the last fight against Zepeda, he was knocked out badly in that fight. So again, how great was Baranchyk? You know, I know he won his first world title, but for me, his two best wins were against Postal and Prograis. Both fights were very close. And for me, Ramirez is on their level. If he's not, you know, I know they say number 1 and 2, but I think Prograis, Postal, Taylor, and Ramirez, I think they're all I think they're all capable of giving each other hard fights and tough fights. As we saw with Prograis and Taylor, that was a you know, a lot of people thought Prograis won that fight. It was a very, very close fight. I personally think this is going to be a great fight. I think Taylor is the more versatile out of the two. I think he's the better boxer. However, I think he's going to get drawn into a fight. And that might be his downfall. However, I am edging towards Taylor on points. I don't think Taylor's a big puncher. I don't think he's going to stop Ramirez. And I think Ramirez is very tough. I don't see him stopping Ramirez. But I think he could win a close points win. But again, I wouldn't be putting anything on it, that's for sure. I think it's a very, very nip and tuck fight, and it could easily go the other way. I think, like I said, it's a 50-50 for me. It's a proper 50-50. If I had to pick somebody, I'd edge towards Taylor on points, but I'm not saying it with any confidence, right? Because I've watched Ramirez's fights. I don't know whether a lot of the Taylor fans are just saying it because they're fans and they're getting behind their man. Like, I'm looking at it from a neutral standpoint. I think Taylor's the better boxer. He's more versatile than Ramirez. However, analyzing some of Taylor's fights, I feel like Taylor can be drawn into a war, drawn into a fight, and the red mist descends. And I think that could be his downfall in this fight if he does that throughout the fight, or does that throughout the rounds, you know, throughout majority of the fight where he's getting stuck in with Ramirez and getting stuck in having a war. I'm not sure that's the right thing to do against Ramirez, because I do think Ramirez has got very fast hands. I know Taylor said that he feels he's the better all-round fighter. He's just better than him in every department. I think he'd be giving Ramirez a very, very good chance of winning if he stands and trades with him and has a toe-to-toe fight with him. I think Ramirez, for me, would edge it in that kind of fight. I think if Taylor keeps it long, keeps his distance, looks to box, I think he's got a better chance of winning. Don't get me wrong, there's going to be times where he's going to have to mix it with him, and Taylor is capable of mixing it. Taylor's a good inside fighter. He can mix it with him for sure. But I think if Taylor wants to make this a lot easier for himself, I think keeping it long, keeping it at distance would probably be better for him. I think if he like I said, the red mist descends and he starts having a tear up with this guy, and that's the pattern of the fight, I would favor Ramirez in that kind of fight. However, I think Josh is going to fight smart, and I think he's going to keep it long. Again, I'm not saying it with any confidence, because for watching Josh Taylor, he's got that mean streak about him, and he gets, at times, the red mist descends and he gets stuck in. I don't think, in this particular fight, I don't think that would be the right thing to do. From watching Ramirez's fights and watching Taylor's fights, I think that would favor Ramirez. I mean, if he keeps it long, I think that favors Taylor. So it's a 50-50 fight. It's a 50-50 fight, and I'm edging, like, with not any confidence, with Taylor on points. But again, if Ramirez was to beat him or to stop him or to beat him on points, I wouldn't be shocked in the slightest, because like I said, it's a genuine 50-50 fight for me. I don't think anyone can say from what we've seen from their careers so far that Taylor's a massive favorite. I just can't see it. Because like I said to you, the Prograis fight and the Postal fight, which was his two best guys that he's been in the ring with. I know people tried to bring up Baranchyk, but Baranchyk, like I said, in his last fight was knocked out by Zepeda. So you've got to although that was a good win and Taylor did well in that fight, he dropped him twice. The fight went the distance as well. So yeah, it was a good win, but I think the two best guys he's been in the ring were Bob Postal and Prograis. And those fights, like I said, were very, very close. Very, very close. And Ramirez had a very close fight with Postal as well. Don't get me wrong. That was, a very, very close fight as well. But it's just a great fight. The most importantly, I think the fans are going to be treated, and that's why I think a lot of people are upset that this fight hasn't been picked up by a major broadcaster, because it's a brilliant fight, and I know the fact that this fight is going to stylistically gel and be a great fight. I can't see this fight being a dull fight, and that's why I'm going to be staying up. That's why I'm going to be doing a live stream, hopefully doing a live watch along, doing a live commentary on the fight on my channel, because I believe this fight is going to be a great fight. It's going to be a great fight. And let's hope it lives up to the billing of the Undisputed. It lives up to a great fight. I think it's going to be a war. I do. But like I said, I think if Taylor can keep it long, show I think he's the more versatile out of the two. I think he's got a great chance of edging this for me. But leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Who are you favoring? Who do you think is going to win? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. And guys, remember to please like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, so guys, remember to join my live stream. I'll probably do a live stream tomorrow as well. Maybe talking about the fight if I get some time. So tune in, guys. Let me know what you think. And guys, remember to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.